Thanks for tuning in to NBA action with us. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Now here's Mitchell. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best.
Oh, and he got...
Bit passed up.
Fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Man, the defender really went after him.
Chicago shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. He misses the free throw. And the second free throw is good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trailblazers. The three is up. Sinks it from distance.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
My goodness, that is how you attack a bigger defender.
Tipped away. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Three-pointer, O'Neal. Portland grabs the miss. To the left side wing. Back to George. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
A great touch from PG-13. That's just pro right there.
When we talk about Keontae George, what stands out to you the most, Stan?
Good question, BA. I don't know that I picked one area. He's good at a wide variety of things. Can handle the ball, pass it, score it, and that gives you flexibility in terms of the guys you put around him.
Now Portland with it. The drive by Mitchell. Pass to Dang. George, right side. O'Neal with it. Guarded now by George. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. He has a clear impact on this offense, putting up over 19 a game.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal, then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's SGA. The Blazers making their last shot. And they're running. To three, George sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Now here's SGA. Paul George pulls it in. Pass to Dang. From the arc. Chicago with a rebound. Avdia left side. Fires the three. And it's Norman Powell with the three.
What this team loves about Norman Powell, his ability to stretch the court.
To the left wing. Here's Dang. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And SGA, here we go. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. George, a deep three. The long distance three is buried. George has got 13 now.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Powell outside. O'Neal on the wing. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Easy shot for him. They'll take that every time up the floor.
It's George on the drive. From deep, Mobley. Avdia pulls it in. Bulls trail by 5. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Nice show of force by Avdia at the rim, punishing the defense for giving him the opening.
Pass to Deng. From downtown, drills it from deep. Deng's gotten a second bucket on the night.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander comes up empty down low.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A minute 6 left in the first. Avdia. Portland with a rebound. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. SGA with it. Guarded now by Bull. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Recognizes the fast break opportunity and takes full advantage. Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid feel for the game.
Now here's Bull. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And he banks in the layup.
Ooh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Zubac. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
I know it's early, but you have to wonder if these offenses can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving.
The ball, 16.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Trailblazers.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thanks a lot, Brian. All defensive guard Drew Holiday talked about guarding some of the younger players coming into the league, and he said the game has changed significantly. They morphed with it. They're quick, athletic, and they all play the game a lot differently than when I came into the league. Back to you, Brian.
A new day. Allie, thank you. And the basket is good.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Now here's Bane. Misses the layup. And after not winning a title for the first 11 years of his career, Drew Holiday finally breaks through in 2021, Coach.
And another in 2024. Wherever Holiday has gone during his career, he's fit like a glove, B.A. He's an experienced veteran and a leader both on and off the floor.
Now the Blazers moving it up. And Salong gets it to go.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
Pass to Harris. And Harris throws it down.
A solid athlete with a good vertical. Harris knows how to get inside and hammer it home.
The three, Fears. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on, they're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Harris left side. Outside Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Portland with a rebound. There's the drive. Pass to Salah. Here's Fears. Okogie on the wing. The three is up. Another 3 for Portland.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And here is Williams. Allen inside. And it's Allen who slams it home.
And this is why you must box out Allen, a strong player who can hurt you on the offensive glass.
Pass to Fears. Here's Salong, pounded by Harris. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And staring at a sizable deficit, the defense has to tighten up.
Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Bane with the hops.
Here's Fears. Pass to Salah. Back to Okogie. Portland moving it around. Here's Salong. He can't hit that time. Inside. Here's Allen. Oh, he goes right over Yusuf Nurkic. Slams it down.
Wow. Get up, Jared Allen.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. And Stan, you coached a bunch of seasons in the league. What's an issue that you face that maybe the average fan doesn't know?
Well, look, I think the thing that fans really underrate about the game is how intelligent these guys are. So it's not really an issue that I face because I was lucky to have smart guys. But I think fans underestimate how much basketball intelligence factors in when you're talking about the best players in this game.
And you can't let Harris get this close to the basket. When you do, this is what happens.
Three-pointer. Portland again missing.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling. It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Pass to Okogie. Here's Fears. Lets the three fly. He buries it from 3. Fears has got 11 points.
Well, that's his third triple of the game and his second in this quarter. He is heating up.
Here's Bane. Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Pass to Rizachet. He on the arc. Oh, he missed that one. 1 for 3 in this one so far. Chicago with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Bane on the take.
Well, nice take from Bane. Solid at noticing holes in defenses and exploiting them.
Here's Fears. Stolen by Mitchell. Pass to Williams. Here's Bane. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Portland ahead. They're up by 2. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And here's SGA with the drive. That ties the game. SGA's got his third bucket of the night.
All it takes is a sliver of daylight, and Gilgeous-Alexander will exploit it.
Mobley outside from deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Zubac.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Much to the fans' delight, Stan. Shaedon Sharpe's dunks are already legend in some parts.
Well, B.A., he does stuff that makes you shake your head, and it gets a ridiculous amount of airtime. Certainly an entertaining young player to watch.
And the jam by George.
George's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, Shea packs one down.
Gilgeous-Alexander lifting off and hammering it down with all he's got.
It's George on the wing. The three. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Pass to Zubac. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Powell outside. Shot clock at 6. Shot's good. SGA making the play. Powell's got 6.
That's a perfect 4 for 4 to open up the second half. Couldn't have asked for a better start after the break.
Hold. Great D that time from Zubac.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Defenders just clearing out, and Gilgeous-Alexander came in with a purpose.
Here's George. Rebound by the Bulls. And stolen by Mobley. Here's the break. And Mobley throws it down.
And look at the mobility there from Mobley. Excellent at executing in the open floor.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's George. And he drives in. And George with the jam.
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent.
Here's SGA on the drive. And SGA throws it down. Incredible game. This lead has been exchanged 8 times.
Tremendous show of will and resilience on both sides.
foul. That's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, I mean, it's always a tough decision for the ref. On the block charge call.
And so timeout called by Chauncey Billups here. He's going to talk it over with his guys. On the wing, SGA. 14 points for him. Here's Zubac. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Bol Bol. For the Trailblazers, the free throw drops from Zubac. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Greg.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a ring on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Ain't no.
Here's Fears. He's got 11. 4 on the clock. Tries yet again. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Pass to SGA. Back to Avdia. There's the three. Shot's good. SGA making the play. Avdia's got 5 points now this quarter.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Bulls leading by 7. It's stolen by Nurkic. They double it with Harris. Pass to Salah. The shot to stop the run. Ooh, rejected by Harris. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harris. There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. Count it, and the foul. It's on Desmond Bane.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
And a chance for a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
Yeah, all game long, they've been also playing well inside in the paint. Lots of points are coming their way thanks to them attacking the interior.
Here's Harris. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in his many attempts.
Well, I like seeing Harris be aggressive inside. He's more than capable of making you pay for it.
The three from Risacher. Hits the three-pointer. Risach's got his 2nd basket on the night.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Bane. Rebounded by Nurkic. A chance at a 2-for-1.
You have to find ways to use the clock to your advantage.
Salon, no good. Bulls leading by 3. 30 seconds left in the third. Pass to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Here's Allen. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds.
Well, that one stings. In a game where every possession counts, he just gave one away.
You'd like to let the clock run and take the final shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
Here's Okogie. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has...
Chicago, 62.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. For 3, Fears. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
And it's the Bulls' ball. Outside Bane. Pass to Allen. Oh, look out! Wow!
Are you kidding?
Getting established positioning inside. Once Allen has this, he is a threat to score.
Here's Okogie. Portland moving it around. Here's Fears. Shoots it from the corner. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time. Fears has got 5 points now in the quarter. Outside Bane. Pass to Harris. Now Mitchell. To the middle. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open.
finish. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
So they take the lead. George has got 24 points.
Well, that brings his total to 5 makes from beyond the arc for the game. Feeling some confidence from range.
First personal foul. First team foul.
About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. Avdia, right side. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. SGA, what a finish.
They have no answer defensively inside.
George, left side. Oh, sweet move. And the jam by George.
And reminding everyone of his athleticism, George can still get up and drop the hammer.
Here's SGA. Out to Powell. Back to Zubac. Off the outside. From deep three-point range. Cole grabs the board. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for Portland. They lead by 1. And that one's good. Cole.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Powell for 3. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
And this is just typical of him, always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And SGA throws it down.
And we've become used to seeing this from Gilgeous-Alexander, one of the most versatile and dominant scoring threats in today's game.
Here's George. Softly drops in the floater. George has got 15 points in just the second half.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
And SGA, here we go. Oh, it's blocked by Bull. Another chance. Bull with the rebound. Portland leading. George feels it out a bit. Here's Mobley. Zubac pulls it down.
Even though it hasn't been his best game, they're still up, and that's what's important.
Oh, nice setup for the slam.
Yeah, the guard instincts of Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, fantastic work dishing the rock to uncover teammates.
Stolen by Bane. SGA with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. And an intentional foul right there.
Trailblazers foul. Mitchell.
Yes, sir! The finish with the jam.
Oh, obviously Gilgeous-Alexander has the will to win. What a relentless
transition. Here's Zubac. The drive by Bain. Oh, the stuff!
Clutch points from Bain. Never scared them off.
The free throw drops for Bain.
The and one puts a little extra insurance on their lead. What a play.
Takes it inside. Oh, no good again that time. Bulls leading by 5. On the wing, SGA. Oh, the speed, the vertical. Gilgeous-Alexander with a slam.
Gilgeous-Alexander is just that good, finishing the play through the foul.
That's good from SGA. George outside. He takes it in. Zubac with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Guarded now by George. Here's Zubac. Stolen by Mobley. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Can't get the 3. So it's Chicago now. We've got 33 seconds left in the 4th. Now Avdia. George with a steal.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, time is not on their side. The score is not on their side. Nothing you can do.
6 on the shot clock. He shoots. And so Chicago takes the win. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.